Hello YouTube fans, here again. Excuse me, I got some shit off my face. Beautiful. Anyway, that's why I'm speaking. I remember doing Long Later Saturday 2, The Tacit with Silver Tistel, being Later Saturday's Lover, but I've never done the TV series. Yeah, people who was around in that old never will remember they did a TV series. Come out in 1993, starring Sean Bean, and I've been right, I could be right one. I've got the box set somewhere, I can't find it, but it'd be somewhere knocking around. It was a four series, and of all things, it was on the BBC. Later Saturday Lover. How much times have changed? I do remember on the DVD, if I can find it, I'll probably show it, where, as we know, it was taken off a book, it was taken off a novel, best-selling erotic book, banned for a number of days. Banned for a number of days. And it's one of these. It's one of these. Is any movie, TV series, any film version, is any really faithful to the book? I'll say it again. Is any faithful to the book? What do I mean by is any faithful to the book? The book version, which one day I'll talk about one day around the road, was very warmthy, very warmthy, very naughty, very below the bone. There's no way in the world it'd be that faithful to the book. The book version is a lot more graphic, the bit where they make a little Daisy Jane. I'm not going to say what she makes there, but if anyone's read the book, you probably know the bit with the Daisy Jane. And there's other bits in the book what was never used in the film version because of one reason and one reason only. It was too raunchy and too naughty. But today's era, you know what I mean? We've had porn not fair, we've had other erotic things, things to the bone. We've had a lot over there, so would it really be that raunchy looking at the book version today? But for its time, it was banned for a number of days. And like I said, without repeating myself, we've had a lot of film versions of Lady Saturday. So like I say, early 90s, they decided to do a four-part series of Lady Saturday. So it's roughly a little bit like the movie one. You don't see a lot. You don't see what happens to the husband, but you got an idea he's being paralysed. I think the only difference is compared to the movie version, he managed to get his legs fixed and he could walk. He had a bit of a limp, but he could walk. Where in this one, he's permanently paralysed. And the first story, it's there. It's not a lot to run home about. There's kind of drags a bit. You've got the gardener. We've got for One Bang Fighting Man. There's a bit more drama to it. First story, I could take it or leave it. But the second one, I've got to the second one is the most raunchy of them all. The amount of bonking in the second story is unbelievable. The bit where he drags her across the sea, just like in the movie one, but I think it was a bit more raunchy in this, so believe it or not. The bit with ripping her knickers off. Very laughable, because even the actors, as Lady Saturday said, he was like Martina. He was like a magician, that do a magician act. He's like that, pulling out of pants non-stop. It's laughable. But for its time, it's a bit warmth. There's a bit in the bar, I'm not going to say too much. It's a bit to the bone, let's say. There's a bit where, if I remember rightly, you bonks it everywhere. There's a lot of bonking in the second story. Bit where this Lady Saturday strips off naked, fully in the nud. So there's definitely a lot of meat to the fence in part two. The third one, there's a bit of bonking in it, but not as much. It's more of a story piece. There's a bit of a love story there, and so on. Then we get to the fourth story. The fourth one, if you're going to go into it for One Band Fighting Man, you're not really going to get any. There's a bit where they're going to do it in the bar, and another dad comes in and kicks them out. He uses his job, just like in the movie one. But if I remember rightly in this, she tells her husband that she's playing away. Husband goes mad. She fucks off. She meets her old bear, being on Beam, and they ride off in the sunset. That's how I see it in Later Saturday. They ride off in the sunset. So just like the movie version of the book one, there's a bit of bonking in it. There's a bit where, like I say, he makes the Chasey Jane, just like in the movie and this version. It does. If you've ever seen, if anyone's ever read the book, The Lady Chatterley Love, you find the bit with the little Chasey Jane. There's a bit more to that, a lot more, which is a lot more to the bone. So I can kind of see why in the televised one they couldn't go that far. Same as the movie version, they couldn't go that far, otherwise it would just be considered pornography. To me, it's an erotic film, it's an erotic piece, it's a drama. And I think there's some good acting in it. For Lady Saturday Love, I wasn't just going into it for this and going do like that fucking time and robbing up and down. I wasn't going into it for that. I was going into it for the acting, the story. If I want to see bonking and naked women, I've watched porn. I watch fucking porn. Have a bit of fucking fun. Couple of minutes, my entertainment's gone. Right? In this, I was watching it for the story piece, and I think Sean Bean plays it pretty good scene. I'm not going to compare him to the movie one because he made it his own. I'm not going to compare the actress who played Lady Tattery as Sylvia Tistel. She made it her own. But I do make the husband in it just by similar, a Ponzi card. I said a bit, because I'm a bit uncomfortable. Too much of this. I'm joking. But I do think that they got some good acting in it. It's a good story. You can definitely see it's in the olden times. And it's so, the book was in the olden times. I just wish there was a bit more, like the film. I'm glad to compare because this is its own story. I just wish there was a bit where you see him in war like they did in the film and it shows him getting paralysed. You know what I mean? There's a bit more to that. Like there's a bit where you kind of feel sorry for the husband. You know what I mean? He wants to touch his wife. There's a bit where he even says, "I don't mind you playing away. I don't mind you freeping around," because he's not going to make it there. Not going to have a baby. He's paralysed. You know what I mean? So you kind of feel sorry for him. But compared to the movie one, I didn't think he was a stomach. He didn't get the charger to beat up some people for fucking pulsing. But there's a bit where he sacks the gardener and you think he's a dick. There are bits where he could be a bit of a dick. So it definitely told the rich people, snoopy and snotty and snobby and, it's that era. And there's bits in it where I do like the one bit of the story though, where the gardener, being Son Bean, mentions he had a wife and she was a bitch and she took him for everything she took him for a fucking ride, money wise. I kind of like that story. And just like the movie one, Lady Tattery has a sister. I do actually like though that they give the sister a lot more to do in it and they make her more stuck up. I do actually like that little bit of the story. I kind of like that. Should I give it points? No, because it's a TV series. They did 4 parts of it. I just wish the DVD had special features, behind the scene, the actors and the actresses talking about it. Because the actress is Lady Tattery, she didn't mind talking about it. She was very open. She wasn't ashamed of that role. Sean Bean wasn't ashamed of talking about Lady Tattery, which was like a biography of the book, something like that as a bolder feature. But if having just the series, but it's what it is. I didn't mind it, so that's Lady Tattery's Lover. Into them, be smart, be safe. See you later.